So we're really excited and honored that Professor Megan McClelland has come to visit us at Skoleklar-prosjektet at the University of Stavanger. We've been sharing our common interest for the phenomena of self-regulation and early social and academic learning. So we would like to ask you, could you please briefly tell us what the term self-regulation among young children refers to?
Sure. Self-regulation really refers to children's ability to consciously control their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. So when we are looking at a child in a preschool classroom or a school classroom, we're looking at their ability to pay attention, remember instructions, work well and play well with other kids, and demonstrate some kind of self-control. So the ability to do all of these things is really helpful for how kids do in school.
So then why is this ability so crucial for early learning?
It really sets the stage, it lays the foundation for children's later success in school. So it helps children be able to remember what they have to do in a multiple step activity. It helps them control their behavior and not blurt out an answer and raise their hand first. It helps them cooperate and play well with other children. So self-regulation is a really critical construct because it predicts how well kids do academically and socially throughout their schooling.
So how is self-regulation developed among young children? Is it controlled by predefined genetic factors, or can it be influenced by environmental factors?
I think it's important, as every parent knows, that children really differ on these skills, and some children are really calm and they're just this way in terms of their personality or their temperament. Other children are more active. So there is something of this that has to do with more of a personality characteristics, but the important thing to know is that these are very teachable and malleable traits, and so there's a lot that parents and teachers can do to help children practice these skills early on.
So what you're saying is that self-regulation might be trained. How can this be done?
So there's a lot of research now that's coming out showing that self-regulation and the skills, the ability to pay attention and persist and remember instructions and show self-control really are teachable and malleable skills that we can promote in young children and help them practice in fun and engaging ways. And we have some results showing that if you play games with children that are games like red light, green light, or Simon Says, and you add in opposite rules or you add in new rules that make them stop and think first before they act, that can really help them practice these skills in fun ways.
Good. So the Norwegian daycare system is regulated by Common National Framework Plan. This plan has traditionally emphasized free play and children's participation. Is there a contradiction between the idea of growth and development through free play and children's need for self-regulation?
Free play is one of the best ways that you can promote self-regulation in young children. Children who are actively playing with other children have to negotiate, they have to practice controlling their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors and working and playing well with other children all the time. So actually play is very important for social development. It's also incredibly important for self-regulation. These two things are developing together early on with young children. So it's really important that we're not expecting young children to be able to sit still and pay attention when they're very young, that's not appropriate, that you can really help them practice the ability to sit still and pay attention once they get to formal schooling when they need to. You can practice that early on in very fun and engaging ways.
Some parents and professionals may be concerned that too much self-regulation might constrain children's spontaneity and creativity. What are your thoughts about this?
I think that we know that being able to draw on self-regulation when you need it is really important. Obviously, there are some children that don't need any help with this, that they're already quite calm and self-regulated on their own, and they don't need additional help with this. They may need additional help being more social and outgoing, and so I think it's important to really fit the needs of each child, and not there's a threshold over which if you're too self-regulated, that's not necessarily a good thing either, that can be related to some problems with anxiety later on for children. And so some of these skills, some level of self-regulation is quite important for doing well, but it is also the same idea that too much of anything is probably not a very good thing.
So we have a last question for you. Is self-regulation a skill that is especially crucial for young children, or is it also important for other developmental stages?
It's really important throughout your life to be able to control yourself when you need to be able to manage your thoughts and feelings and finish tasks throughout our entire life. It's especially important for young children because the early childhood years between about 3 to 5 really constitute a critical period or a sensitive period in the development of these skills in terms of brain development. So it's especially important that to help children practice developing these skills during the early childhood years because it's most amenable to intervention at this time. But there's also many points of intervention throughout a person's life that you can help intervene and practice these skills.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's been great.